Hi peeps, hope you're all doing well. So today's reading is going to be for those of you in twin flame or divine soulmate connections where there is a third party involved or a karmic partner or a karmic situation. I actually don't really have any announcements to make before beginning the reading. I kind of feel like things are pretty stable or consistent. With the previous couple of readings, I feel like things are actually progressing, but that they're kind of in that same line. So we'll see what comes through though. Yeah, so let's get started. I feel like, yeah, the masculines are pretty much going through their phase right now, which I feel is helping them to learn a lot of lessons. I feel like they're going to learn more lessons during this time period than they have in a long time. And for the feminines, I feel like, yeah, you know, for those of you who were resonating with the past couple of videos, yeah, you're just really coming to terms with the fact that, you know, union might not happen, union might happen, and that, you know, it shouldn't really matter that either, well, I mean, it does matter, but that either way you have to find peace within yourself and fulfillment in your life regardless. So let's see what's going on with the masculines. And thank you to everybody, of course, for your support. A lot of personals the past couple of weeks. Thank you for your likes, your comments, all of that stuff. All right, so we have Angel of Love and we have Rest and Rejuvenation. Let's see what we get for the feminines, and then we'll talk about it. All right, well, we only got one for the femmies, and that is patience. Yeah, I know. How about if we don't talk about it? We've talked about patience like so much. But yeah, I feel like that is what you're learning. I feel like, you know, there are times when, you know, we might think we know what patience is and we feel like we've been so patient, and then we realize, well, if I'm feeling frustrated right now, well, then I guess I'm not all that patient. And then, you know, something comes, something happens to show you that, look, no, this is patience. And yeah, for the masculines, I'm getting this actually as they're, all right, here's how it's coming through. Something has happened. Something is happening with the masculines where they are beginning to have visions of you. Visions or feeling your essence, feeling your presence. And this is actually bringing them a sense of peace. Peace and not peace, both at the same time. It's more like this energy, like this rejuvenation of something new. Something new. Let's get into the reading and we'll see. So we're going to look at the masculine's energy towards the karmic situation, towards their feminine, and we're going to look a little bit into the feminine's energy, but probably just a little bit because I feel like we've covered that a lot. So then we'll look into the future energies. All right, so let's see. All right, so we have, I'm only going to be taking uprights this time. We have the Eight of Swords, we have the Ace of Pentacles, and we have the Ace of Wands. So, there is a potential here with the karmic partner that I feel they know that they just feel trapped in that, but they're also seeing it not really taking off. Because if you're feeling trapped, or you're feeling restricted in a commitment or in a potential, something that maybe once was, but now isn't, well then it can't really progress, right? Let's get a couple more and we'll also clarify. The Five of Swords. the Page of Cups, and Temperance. So they're really trying to balance themselves out here. They're really trying to balance out the situation. They're, again, I'm getting this sense of them just really opening up intuitively and getting in touch with what they really feel. And I feel like that is, you know, the love that they feel for their divine feminine. I know that this is for the karmic partner, but we've already seen like so many times their energy towards the karmic partner. And if you're new and you haven't really watched many of my videos, like, it's just been consistent, all right, that there's no real emotions there, no romantic emotions, okay, for the collective of divine masculines when it comes to the karmic partner. So that's already a given. This is them really being in touch with how they truly feel about the situation. And basically, it's that they have been deceptive. Like, this is them being there for the wrong reasons, feeling like they were doing something that was that they were going to gain from, like, you know, they were winning the game of life by being with this person, but that led to them feeling this trappedness, being trapped somewhere where they don't want to be. And I know that some of them, you know, they might have left you for somebody new. And so, you know, you're probably wondering, like, how can they be trapped? And here's the thing. What I'm getting here is that there is some kind of a fear, okay, in either type of a situation, regardless of whether it was a very strong commitment, like the Ace of Pentacles, right, where it's a more solid, long-term type of a commitment, or whether it was on impulse and it was, you know, more of a superficial type of a relationship, like the Ace of Wands here. Maybe it was more of a sexual type of an attraction. In either case, there's fear involved, which led them to end up in these situations. But that's not necessarily a bad thing, because there's a reason why that happened. The reason why that happened is because they are supposed to overcome that fear. They are meant to overcome that fear, because that is when they're going to have balanced themselves out. They are meant to tap into their hearts and into their intuition and find what it is that they truly want in order to be able to overcome that fear and that sense of entrapment. So I'm seeing this as them actually moving from this Five of Swords energy, where they were fighting the wrong battle, kind of like fighting on the wrong team, moving towards finding that truth within themselves from their heart space in order to find that balance. So I actually feel like this is, and I was even thinking about this before I started the reading, to just see what's going on with them in general, like not even so specific to the karmic or to the divine feminine, although we will look at their energy towards the divine feminine. But I'm getting that this is in relation to the karmic partner, obviously, but it's also like a more general type of an energy of what is going on with them. Like, kind of like behind everything else that you can see, like what is it, what is the driving force behind all of this? All right, so let's actually see what's going on in their headspace here. We have the Page of Wands, the Ten of Swords, and the Nine of Pentacles. And by the way, also, I mean, this, what I was just talking about, I feel like it really connects to this angel of love here, that they're beginning to think along those terms rather than only thinking with their heads and trying to rationalize things in order to escape or cover up their fears. All right, so here in their headspace, we have the Page of Wands, the Ten of Swords, and the Nine of Pentacles. They're thinking about, they're thinking about this new type of a status, almost like there's a sense of a scary excitement that they probably don't even understand. It's kind of like there's an excitement when it comes to thinking about there being an ending and them being independent of this, finding their freedom from that cage. And for a lot of them, the cage is actually their own self. It's their own mind keeping them in this situation. It's not necessarily the karmic partner or the situation or the family. It's their own mind for a lot of them, okay? So it's kind of like I'm trying to find the words to explain this, but it's like an adrenaline rush, like that thought crosses their mind, like, you know, like, what if I was independent from this? And it creates this type of like a curiosity or like an adrenaline rush that they don't really know what to do with. And it is painful at the same time, like it's scary. I'm actually getting more scary with this Ten of Swords than I am painful. Although for a lot of them it is going to be painful, all right? But what's really coming through here is the scary. Like it's exciting but scary at the same time, right? Kind of like if you decide to, I don't know, like move countries and go somewhere where you don't know anybody and take on like a new job or go to a university or just, you know, but that times 100. Because this would really be them leaving their comfort zone. And for a lot of them, again, if they have a more superficial relationship, it's not their relationship itself that's a comfort zone. It's the fact that they're with somebody that they feel like they either have control over or that they feel like it's very familiar to them, like this type of energy, it's easy energy to deal with, or it's similar to the dynamics of their own family in which they grew up, or anything else, you know, fill in the blank. My point is that sometimes they feel this comfort zone, not just because it doesn't necessarily mean that they have been with this person for a long time. It doesn't necessarily mean that they have a family, okay? Those are just the obvious examples. All right, so I'm actually not going to clarify anything because I feel like this is very straightforward. This is how they're thinking. This is like a new type of a feeling. Like I feel like it's coming into their minds a lot. And like I said, I feel like they're visualizing a lot. And it's like love is just really entering their energies right now. So let's actually move on and take a look at their energy when it comes to their feminines. The Emperor. The Four of Swords, which is just like that rest and rejuvenation card, and the Two of Pentacles. Okay, so with that Emperor being there, again, I mean, it really feels like they feel like they're your Emperor. They feel like that's where they belong. That's where they need to be. The Four of Swords, again, it's like what I said before with the rest and rejuvenation. It's like them thinking about you, it brings them this state of peace. But also a strange type of an excitement, as I said before, that they don't, I feel like they're not really understanding. And that's why we have the Two of Pentacles after that, because it's like they're trying to figure it out. Like, what is this that I'm feeling? It doesn't mean that they don't know how they feel about you, because for most of them I feel like they do. So I'm not saying that they're in denial, but there's like a new type of, there's just a new essence to this, because you're just more and more in their minds. I feel like they're almost like seeing visions of you in front of their face here. And it brings them peace, but it also brings them unrest, because they're not with you and they're just like, you know, why all of a sudden am I feeling this more intensely? Let's see what else. Or what's going on in their headspace. The Nine of Cups. The Devil. And the Six of Swords. Wow. All right, so these thoughts of you and them just really feeling your essence, it's getting to the point of almost obsessive. And it's getting to be so obsessive or even scary. So it's strange. There's peace, there's fear. It's like all of this together. And it's like this longing with the Nine of Cups, longing to be fulfilled by these thoughts of you. That it's becoming so obsessive that they're trying to escape it with the Six of Swords here. It's overwhelming. Wow. All right, so let's get one more row. All right, and we have the Two of Cups, the World, and the Nine of Wands. So this is for their emotional space. Yeah, I mean, they're definitely feeling that love. Here it is. Like I said, really feeling your essence. There's some, I feel like with this World, there's some, for some of them, yeah, you know, they might feel like this is over, and this is also overwhelming them, like thinking that this might be done for good. And I feel like, you know, just like the feminines are, for a lot of you, you're feeling that. Like you might be watching this thinking, yeah, so what if they're obsessed? So what if they're thinking about me? They're not doing anything, so, well, it's not. Yeah, okay. You can think that, as I've said before. For many of you, you are meant to think that, and that's okay. You're meant to think that to help you. So a lot of the masculines are thinking the same thing, but they haven't given up. They feel like it's hard. It's definitely a really big challenge. For different reasons, all right? It's going to be different for all of them. And again, for those of you who think that there is no reason for them to be challenged, or for them to be afraid, or to be having a hard time, you know, maybe this isn't your reading, or, you know, maybe you just haven't understood how different situations can be different for different people, and that a lot of times there are things we can't see. You can't always know what someone may be carrying in their soul, you know, from previous lifetimes or childhood traumas that can make them fear certain connections, okay? Or what makes them feel more comfortable in another connection, even if it's not their truth. I'm not saying this to excuse them. I'm just stating what I feel is going on for a lot of them, okay? Not talking for everybody. So, and yeah, I mean, again, I just want to make this clear. I'm not trying to excuse anybody. Everybody's responsible for their own actions. And yes, there are challenges that are meant to be overcome, and it's up to them to actually overcome these challenges. All right, but there are challenges that they're meant to go through. Like, it is difficult, okay? So, yeah, just take what resonates for you. So, let's see, do we want to clarify anything here? I actually feel like everything is pretty straightforward. Again, with the World card here, I feel like they're learning a lot of lessons at the moment. A lot. Yeah, let's actually clarify that. Let's see, what is the World here? We have the Seven of Pentacles. So yeah, it's like the beginning of closing out cycles and learning. This is learning, this is organizing things, this is putting things into perspective and then waiting for that result. So this is what is going on with them emotionally, at least. So emotionally, there were things that needed to be balanced out, even when it came to the connection with the Divine Feminine. All right, let's just take a quick look at the feminines, and then we'll get into what is coming up in the near future. All right, we have the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Swords, and the Eight of Wands. Wow, so the feminines, you're really merging I feel your mind and your heart. It's kind of like I feel like there's a very nice balance here between the two. And this is really pushing you forward. It's kind of like you've learned how to use your mind, how to set your boundaries, how to think in a way where it is with integrity, demanding your self-respect, but at the same time also having compassion and also having love for your Divine Masculine as well as for your own self. And this is really helping to push you forward. Let's see what else. I feel like this is you also combining your intuition with the rational side of you. So we have the Emperor, the Six of Swords, and the Ten of Wands. I honestly feel like a lot of you are detaching, or at least you're trying to. You're trying to move away from the intense feelings, at least, all right, that you may have had. But I love that the masculine had the Emperor out, and now you have the Emperor out as well. I see that almost as you also being in some sort of an alignment here, and you both also have the Six of Swords. This has been, this has been a long journey. This has been a long journey for a lot of you, and it's like you're ready to put that burden down. I feel like you're still carrying it. You're still carrying it, but you're moving away from it as best as you can. Now, would you still want this? I feel that yes, for most of you. your masculine is obviously still in your mind, but like I said, because you're following your heart, but also your ability to really see through things, which I also feel is what's going on with them. That is helping you. That is helping you to move forward. It's like, yeah, you would want the divine masculine, but you want them in the way that is going to be healthy and balanced, in the right way. And so until that can come into being, you're on your way here. You're on your way to releasing that burden. So it might not feel like it for some of you if you feel like you've been going through a lot of heavy type of an energy, but I see you moving in that direction. You're feeling that heavy energy because you are carrying that weight. You have been learning that patience. And it's not easy. It's not easy. But I do feel that for a lot of you, I mean, there has been this turning point where, the hardest part is done. All right. Let's see what is coming up. All right, so let's see what is coming up for the masculines. Ooh. The Tower when it comes to the karmic situation or relationship. Let's see what else. The Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Pentacles. So this is our karmic partner right here, and I feel like this is you. There is going to be a huge crisis. There's going to be a huge Tower moment, like a dark night of the soul, when it comes to thinking about the karmic situation or the karmic partner and you. Something is going to come. Something is coming down. Let me actually put these up here so you can see them. This is major lessons, again, being learned, but I feel like in a way where it's going to be like, there's going to be a big disruption in their lives. And it's all because they've been feeling your presence, your energy. And I feel like it's that which is helping them to balance out, but in order, that's what they're moving towards, but in order for that to happen, this Tower is happening first. Or even that balance. Actually, that balance can actually bring the Tower. Because now they'll be able to see things in a different way. From a more balanced type of a way. And then it's just gonna create a chaos, because then it's pretty much being balanced enough to see through this cage that they're trapped in. Alright, let's see. What else? Let's understand this better or see what else is coming up. The Two of Swords, the Five of Pentacles, and the Six of Cups. This Tower is really going to bring them to a point of having to make a decision. That decision is going to bring two things, a loss and a reconciliation from the past. It's kind of like, this is what, I feel like this is like clarifying the Tower, like what it is that is really going to be going through their heads, but again, in like an obsessive way. In a way where it's like, it's going to be unavoidable. What can they risk losing? They have to lose something. Whatever it is that comes along with the karmic, which could be a sense of validation, for example. It could be a sense of obligation. It could be, you know, the comfort zone. It could be just feeling like they would have guilt if they were to leave. Whatever it is, they're going to have to face that. They're going to have to face some kind of a loss and really decide between the two. In order to have the Six of Cups, a sacrifice needs to be made. In order to have that reunion or that fulfillment, that whatever it is that is fulfilling their souls, right? That spiritual connection, which I feel like the Six of Cups is what they've been envisioning, like what has been presenting itself in front of their third eye, possibly, or intuitively, with the connection that they've been picking up on, your essence. It is going to be a bit of a dilemma, and I feel like they have been in this dilemma, but it's kind of like this Tower. It's like really coming down on this dilemma, like hardcore. So that Tower is just all about really showing them that, hey, you know, it's not easy. Like, yeah, you do have to lose something if you want to gain something. All right, let's see your future energy towards their feminine. We have the Five of Cups. Five of Cups, the Magician, and Temperance. So along with that Tower is going to come a lot of sadness. A lot of sadness, a lot of regret, feeling the loss. And that is actually pushing them to manifest that balance. So if it feels like, yeah, like what I said, it's like a progression. I think I said that in the beginning of this video. Not sure. If I didn't, I meant to. All right, it's like a progression, right? Like from feeling that sadness, feeling that pain, feeling that loss of not having their feminines. I feel like they're missing you more than ever at the moment, as I said, right? Like obsessing here. That is pushing them into this Magician type of a mode. Because it's like they're feeling like, yeah, when you're feeling down like that, you want to feel better. You want to feel more balanced. Like it's like it's really unbearable, as I was saying before. So let's see what else. And we have Strength at the bottom of the deck. All right, so we have the Seven of Cups, the Ten of Wands, and the Six of Pentacles. So there's a lot of considering the options here. Considering different options and how to bring about that balance. How to make things right. How to release that burden. It's like they know that they have burdened you as well. For a long time. They know that you've been patient. But it's kind of like what this Tower is doing is pushing them to see, okay, which way do I go? What do I do? How exactly do I go about this? How do I go about bringing this balance? How do I go about releasing that burden. It almost feels like they also want to relieve you of that burden, even if you feel like you're relieving yourself of it. This is just their future energy, because they really want to bring things into balance, not only for their own self but also for you. Kind of like I'm getting the sense of wanting to make up for everything that has happened. So they're going to be in that kind of a mode. To be honest, I'm not really seeing action though. There's no action cards here other than the Magician, but the Magician is manifesting this. It's in the process of bringing something to reality. It's not actually taking that action. And it's the same thing here with the in the karmic situation. It's just that Tower, all right? So the next couple weeks is going to be that Tower. So, yeah, I feel like I don't think we need to see anything else for the feminines. I feel like you're just really moving forward here, and I think you're just going to be progressing in that way over the next couple of weeks. Let's just get a final oracle card to close out the reading. If this resonated with you, and please don't forget to give me a like if it did. Leave me a comment, let me know if you feel like this makes sense to you. All right, let's see. Oh, we have Yin. Let me get one more. And Yang. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Look at that, Yin and Yang. Wow, if that's not balance, and that's what I've been talking about, things balancing out. I mean, I'm surprised we didn't get Justice, but we did get Temperance. So I feel like this balance is more of an emotional state of balance. It also is about patience, okay? This is, I feel, the both of you. I actually feel like with this Yin, it's your masculines being receptive to that love, being receptive to their inner guidance, being receptive to the divine and intervening here, being receptive to that Tower that is coming through, and then with Yang, being able to manifest out of that, receiving and then manifesting from that source, which is beautiful. And I actually feel like you're doing the same thing here. I feel like you're both kind of balancing your own selves out, and this is the feminine and the masculine really merging. So it's also a balancing of the masculine and the feminine energies, which is beautiful. And I feel like you're both actually doing this separately, but it's also in a way connected. So yeah, all right guys, that's what I got for you. I will be doing another reading to just look into like the more specifics, or look into a more specific group of masculines in karmic relationships. I hope to be doing that sometime within the week, I hope. So yeah, be on the lookout for that, and I'm sending you guys so much love.